Hello, Children's House families. What you're looking at here on your screen is a little chart that I made up quick to show you our sound groupings that we use in the language area of our curriculum for Children's House. So many times your students will tell you, oh, I'm on red sounds, I'm on orange sounds, I got to green sounds. So I kind of want to give you a little overview of what those sounds are and what they're meaning when they're saying that. We have grouped the letter symbols in different color-coded groups to help children learn their sound symbol identification. This helps them have a smoother path to reading than just memorizing the name of the letter. And the groupings are chosen so that there is at least one vowel in each group, as you can see, and so that the consonants that are in each group have quite a different look to the form, to the actual physical form that you see presented. And within each group, there are some words that you can make with them, although sometimes they might be sort of nonsense words. They help children to start to get that phonetic reading piece that helps them so much in their transition to learning. You'll also notice that they're all written in lowercase. That is purposeful because most printed type that children are going to encounter is going to be lowercase. Yes, there will be an uppercase letter at the beginning of a sentence or for proper nouns and things like that, but the majority of the printed type that your children will see when they're reading is lowercase. So it's important to sort of start with lowercase. Let's see. The other point I want to make is that the vowels are going to be presented in the short vowel form or the short vowel sound that they make. So I'm going to read them for you just so you can hear the way that we present them. So the red group would sound like s, t. So what we're looking for the child to move on from the red group to the orange group will be mastery over the sound that these letter symbols make. So if I can point to the M and they tell me I point to the S and they tell me S, and so on, then I know they've mastered those four sounds, and we can even start to create some words with them. We can slowly sound out and make the word mat, sat, am, at, and so on. So they can already begin to read, to do a little simple phonetic reading if they've got those red sounds. And then we can just keep adding on from there the words we can start to read. So the orange sound group sounds like k, I, p. The yellow sound group sounds like b, f, a, g. The green sound group sounds like h, j, l. The dark blue sound group sounds like d, w, a, n. And the light blue sound group is some sounds that, can be a little bit trickier, not all of them. So it would be k, z, y, v. And then, of course, the Q says k, but typically it comes along with a U. So when we teach it, we often do say qu. And then the X, typically it says its name. Obviously there are some words in which it says different sounds. So we'll just call it X, because the most common thing they're learning with that is, X-ray. And then usually the X comes in the middle of a word like exam and exact. So it'll make a lot of different sounds, but we'll usually just call it X. X. So that kind of gives you a little overview so that you know what we're talking about. And your child will probably either be able to tell you, I haven't worked with my sounds yet if they're very young, or I'm working in the red sound group, or I got done with the red sound group and I moved on to the orange sound group. And they tend to be really proud when they've mastered being able to produce the sound that each of these symbols make. Now, we usually play a lot of games within each of these sound groups to help them master it, by providing them with tiny objects of things that begin with that initial sound, by giving them pictures of things that begin with those initial sounds. So there are many games within each sound group for them to play to master them. So this was just kind of a little overview for you to see what the sound groups are and what your child is working toward. And of course, now that they're learning from home, of course we would love to see this continue and supported in any way, helping your child to master the sound that these symbols make when they're read out loud. If this made you more confused than you were before, that was not my intention. I'm hoping that this helped to clear things up a little bit. So if this sparks even more questions for you, please email one of the three of us, Miss Justine, Miss Monica, or myself, Miss Ellen, and we'll be more than happy to help you along in figuring out how to help your child master the sound symbol relationship with the letters. All right, have a great day. Thank you. Bye.